Yo, it's your boy, The Ultimate Rage. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe and that follow and all that good jazz. You already know. Check out that Joey P EP. You know what I'm saying? That Joey P Star EP. Available on all streaming platforms. You know what I'm saying? He got that hot fire. Shout out to Joey P. And, also available on all streaming platforms. That's right. Your boy, he's here. I am here. It has begun. The Outrageous EP is available. It is out right freaking now. You know what I'm saying? So hit that link below in the description and all that. Check it out. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment below. Let me know that I spit that hot fire, because that's the only outcome that you can have. Like, if you're telling me that it's not that hot fire, that it's not that John Blaze, like, something's wrong with you. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what I want to talk about today. You know what I'm saying? Since the actual project is out, I want to give, some, just some, I guess, I just want to talk about the project. I want to give y'all some background on some of the tracks, what I was thinking, and all that good jazz. So let's just start off with track number 1, Purpose. So basically, I'm kind of just stating my case, like my overall view of everything, and, a very brief, like, I guess you could say mission statement in a way. My purpose, you feel what I'm saying? So, I'm pretty much just describing the fact that it's finally time in our current modern day society that we collectively face reality. You feel me? Because I know I keep saying it, but I'm going to say it again. I don't know if you noticed, but the world is on fire. The world is on fire, yo. And how many times do I have to say it? We got these earthquakes, we got wildfires, got the hurricanes, we got the flash floods, we got what? Famine, freaking droughts. I mean, the waters just, well, the sea levels are rising, but the freshwater lakes are drying up. Garbage patches all in the Pacific, the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. I mean, this is the real world we're living in, and scientists have been harping on the problems of climate change for decades now. And now we're really seeing the chickens come home to roost. And so I'm pretty much saying, like, we can continue along the path that we're going on, or I can pitch you a different version that we could actually do something to create a better future for ourselves, that we have the tools to fix this earth with if we choose to move with the sense of urgency to get it perfect. You feel me? Like, we don't have to sit by and allow things to be the way they are. We don't have to sit back and be content with, well, I guess this is just the way life is. No, it don't have to be like this. And that's what I'm saying. But first, we have to establish a baseline to reality, because we can't make the changes we need to make if we can't accept the most basic fundamental facts of our reality. So that's pretty much what I'm talking about. I'm giving my thesis statement, and then I give my ultimate conclusion at the very end, wrapping it up nicely. Pretty much saying that, like, religion ain't it. Science is our best tool to find the truth. Science has allowed us to be able to communicate that over vast distances, wherever you're at right now watching this, if you're watching this, you are able to connect with me as if I'm right there with you. Never before in history has humanity or any other species been able to communicate at this level. So we can transfer ideas and transfer data and really, like, hash out all these different things to try to get at something that's totally efficient and accurate. So that's basically purpose. So let's move on to track number 2. My track, Emergence. So I went on a Wikipedia rabbit hole, and I learned a lot about systems theory, emergence theory, and all this type of stuff. And it really struck me learning the concept of emergence theory, the idea that you can gain complexity from a simple baseline. How, say, you can get life from non-life, or how you can get fractals from basic, set algorithms. Like, just the concept that, say, like humanity, we went from cave dwellers to look at us now. We have an advancing civilization, a vast planet-wide civilization where we can live in all these different environments, climates, habitats, what have you. So pretty much I'm just talking about how something so unlikely, like someone like me, coming from the south side of Chicago, in the hood, like, not like the burbs or one of the nice parks. I'm not in Hyde Park or whatever. I'm talking about, I'm really off the 9, yo. Like, I'm really from a place where you would not expect someone like me to exist. But yet, here I am. And it's the same thing with life. It's like, people like to ask, how can you get something from nothing, right? That's why they always try to posit the concept of God. But it's like, all you're doing is moving the goalposts, because you're trying to say that the universe can't create itself, but God could create himself, or that he's always existed. But it's like, why can't you say that about the universe? Why can't you say the universe always existed, and that from that, this emerged? If you look at images of the Big Bang, it's kind of like the same thing. How you have, like, whatever the point, wherever the start of the Big Bang was, if we could say that like that. But the idea that it started off as a point and then it expanded. It's like, it took all these different things. I mean, and mind you, we're talking about over the course of billions of years, all these different events that needed to occur, both on the cosmic scale all the way down to the quantum scale, over the course of billions of years, 13.8 billion to be exact, in order for us to get to where we are right now. So I watched a lot of Isaac Arthur, a lot of Cool Worlds, John Michael Gaudier, and so many others. And my man David Kippen, shout out to him. He has a few videos talking about, research he's done to show that maybe that intelligence is rare. That maybe life on other planets could be prevalent, but that intelligent life could be rare because of so many different factors that would need to be true. And we think about the fact that we got hundreds of billions, possibly trillions of galaxies each with hundreds of billions, possibly trillions of stars, each with about 1.6 planets per star, right? So we're talking about numbers that are unfathomable, like numbers that are absurd and insane. So when we talk about these numbers, we think like, well, obviously with these insane numbers, life would have to be prevalent. There's no way that in all of this vastness of the universe that we could actually be special. But then the question becomes, what if we actually are? What if we actually are special? But not for reasons that a lot of religions like to say, but because we actually did the research and figured out, well, these are the necessary conditions for life to exist, for intelligent life to emerge from, basic bacterial life, and that for all these different things to happen, there are so many factors that would need to be correct that life and intelligent life can actually be rare in the universe. So the concept that maybe the universe is ours for the taking, or maybe, and this is where we start getting into what's called the Fermi Paradox, with all the numbers we just talked about, like, we still have no clear, concise, direct, unambiguous evidence of alien life, right? So maybe we're actually the first intelligent life in all the universe. I know it seems preposterous, but who's to say that we're not? I mean, somebody has to be first. There has to be a first somewhere. Why not us? So it's pretty much the concept that even though people will say it seems unlikely that this could be or that could be, so what? Maybe that's just what it is. So in the same way, I'm saying that even though I used to think so down on myself, like, how could I be the dude? Like, I'm just some dude. I used to get bullied in school. I used to not be the coolest dude in school. I used to think so lowly of myself. I used to be super insecure. I used to think, how could I be? I'm just some insignificant dude. But then I had an epiphany that, well, what if I decide I am the dude? What if I am the dude? And this ties into like the fact that, first of all, I'm so glad that I just seen the trailer for the new Matrix movie, because this ties into a lot of what I'm talking about. The Neo. The whole thing about, if you've seen the Matrix, Neo goes to see the Oracle. He went in already on some I ain't the one. So she's not just gonna be like, I just found deep within you that you are the one. You are actually the one. It's like, no. She ain't gonna tell you some shit like that, because everybody wants to think they're special. But you have to decide for yourself that you are special. You have to decide for yourself that we are special. And that this is worth fighting for. That we're not just going to say, well, who cares? Like, we're just pieces of shit anyway, so fuck us. No, like, let's actually work towards creating a better life for ourselves and each other so that we can do great things in life. And even though it seems unlikely, it seems preposterous, so fucking what? All of this is preposterous. The fact that we even exist and that we're even talking and doing all this shit, what the fuck is all this shit anyway? It's preposterous. It's just straight up preposterous. Absurd. So, I had to decide for myself, I'm really that dude. I've been doing music for 20 years, and I didn't put anything official out because I was super insecure, but now I'm ready because I know I am that dude. That's why I will say I am the nicest. I don't give a fuck who disagrees with that. You can come see me, and I will destroy you, period, when it comes to this rap shit. Now, that being said, let's move on to track 3, Coldest in the City. I ain't gotta spend too much time on this one. It pretty much speaks for itself. I'm the coldest in the city. You know what I'm saying? Just like I was just saying, I'm the nicest. My boy Joey P with me. You know what I'm saying? And I might have something in the works. You know, maybe a little remix. You know what I'm saying? You know, might have a team with me. I don't know. We gotta see what's gonna happen with that. But yeah, I'm pretty much the best, and I'm willing to stand on that. I am the coldest spitter in the city. I'm really the best, and I'm not just saying that because I feel that way or that I have delusions of grandeur, but because I'm a highly educated dude. I understand all types of very complex concepts. I was a mathematician in high school. I was whooping ass when it comes to the math competitions. Really, it was a competition amongst me and my team, who can do better than the other. But and I'm highly educated in philosophy, trained in logic, and I'm constantly learning. I'm constantly working towards getting better every day, trying to keep my mind sharp. So none of you niggas can see me on this mic shit because y'all can't write what I write. Y'all don't know the half the shit I know, and half you niggas rap about the same fucking shit. Who gives a fuck about that same shit? Okay, you fuck all the bitches, you got all the money, you got all the ice, got the cars, you got the same shit, and then you niggas keep getting killed every fucking day doing the same shit. Don't you get tired of that shit? I would like to ball at fucking 59, at 65, at 73, at 81. I like to be balling at that age. And who knows, maybe beyond. We can get some de-aging going. We can get some fucking life extension going. We can keep this thing moving. But all in all, I'm the dopest. I'm the nicest. None of you niggas can see me. And I stand on that shit. So, fuck y'all. But no, some real shit. Now, track 4, Another Land. Basically, this is the song for the girls. Obligatory song for the girls. I don't give a fuck, yo. I mean, I'm a straight man. Straight like that. So I gotta have my songs for the girls. Cause, come on, man. That's what we do this for. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, this is actually a beat that I made a while ago. But I was like, you know what? This fits perfect for what I'm trying to do. And the thing about this song that I like is that it's clearly a song for the girls, but at the same time, I'm introducing some scientific concepts that a lot of people have not been like introduced to. And so I'm trying to bridge the gap between a lot of the stuff I see on YouTube. Like I said, Isaac Arthur talks about all this stuff a lot. My man David Kipping, I gave him a little nugget in there because, I said, let's go soon to an exo moon. And that's like his thing. Like he is big on exo moons. And I'm intrigued by that because, you never know. We might find life on the exo moon and stuff like that. So that's pretty much kind of the idea I'm going for too. I'm introducing like a soft version of the Fermi Paradox, like subtly but not really like directly talking about it. But I'm saying like, let's just go to another world. So I'm doing on some romantic shit, on some swaggy, like, yo, let's just go like it's nothing. Right? Because everybody says, oh, we could go here, we could go there, we could do this, do that. How about we do some totally different shit? So that's why I started off with like, imagine everyone who ever lived or died on this planet. Imagine interstellar travel. Wave goodbye to this planet. Because it's the concept of like, again, it's like a really deep concept, but like just thrown right in there, and then we just don't even think about it any longer. But just like saying like, on Earth, everybody who's ever existed has lived or died. Lived and died. Lived or died. Lived and died on this planet. And only a extremely super duper crazy small amount of people have even left Earth in terms of like physically on the spaceship. You feel me? So it's kind of like my way of saying like, think about the fact that everyone you've ever known, everyone who's ever existed has been on this planet, and that we're about to be like, all right, enough of that. Let's go somewhere new, So it's like, it's the romantic idea of like the whole time when I was making the song, I was thinking of, Aladdin, because I'm a child of the 90s. Who hasn't seen the original Aladdin? I still haven't seen the new one. I'm slipping, but I got a lot of movies on my list, by the way. But just the song "A Whole New World," but like when they're talking about it, they're like literally like another country or something. But I'm talking about literally a whole new world, like an actual new world, like a new planet, like. And so that's why in the chorus I say Alcubierre Drive. So that's another thing. Anybody who's into sci-fi futurism, they're familiar with this concept called the Alcubierre Drive. It's this physicist. I forget his full name, so you have to forgive me. But Alcubierre, who came up with this concept for what warp speed could potentially be, like what the physics would need to be for it to work. And recently there's been like growing like confirmation that it's actually potentially plausible. So I'm like, okay, well, if that's the case, then let's get on it, And so I use that as the basis for us going to another world, but at the same time, I still gotta be swaggy about it. So I'm not trying to harp too much on the sci-fi behind the scenes of it. It's a love song. It's a romantic song. So it's like I cover multiple bases. Like on one hand, the nerds should appreciate it because I'm talking about SpaceX on the SpaceX Crew Dragon. Like, it's so many layers to that. It's like the wordplay there. There's SpaceX on the SpaceX. It's like, come on, man. That's just fire as fuck. Natural wordplay. You get the double meanings without me having to twist the phrasing or the sounding of the words. And I'm talking about real shit. Like, this is an actual ship of that SpaceX makes or has planned or whatever. So I did the research. I'm super into all this stuff, and this is just, I feel like people need to start getting familiarized with a lot of scientific concepts because people are too uninformed. So finally, let's move on to track number 5, Come to Be. So this is the conclusion of the project, of the album. And I'm pretty much summing up, like, it's kind of like the other side of Purpose. Because on Purpose is more of like a uplifting, like, look, I get why you guys believe, but let's try something new. But on Come to Be, it's me being like, look, man, the way people are today in society it's ridiculous, So we get all of these people who get so reactionary, who get so fired up over nonsense and like make it so difficult to the point where we can't even have a conversation. Jay the Clown, the other dude, all these type of people, it's like you can't have a conversation with these people. You can't just sit and be like, okay, let's look at what the data is and then go from there. Like, we can't even establish a baseline. And then on top of that, you want to be rude and obnoxious. You want to whine and cry. If somebody says something that you even thought was disrespectful, offensive, oh my God, you're the most horrible person. Let's cancel him. Cancel him. And then when they write headlines, they say, oh, the homophobe or the bigot or the this or the that. And it's so vicious and vehement. And it's like, we live in this world as if nobody can ever make a mistake. Like, somebody can't do some dumb shit and get ridiculed for it, learn from it, and move on. It's like, perfect example is like Kyrie Irving. Like, I love him as a basketball player, but he gets a lot of flack for not just being a regular guy. People think he's a diva, and people always clown him because he once posited the flat earth hypothesis. Now, yes, the flat earth hypothesis is incorrect, okay? It's just plain incorrect. But at the same time, how old was Kyrie when he said that shit? Like 21, 22? You know how much dumb shit people have done and said when they were 21 and 22? You know how much dumb shit I used to fucking say and do at 22? I mean, come on, like, you can't keep holding something over somebody that they said 10, 15 years ago, man. It's only so long you can keep trying to hold on to this bullshit until you just gotta let it go. You feel me? Like, so we live in this age of hyper aggression and hyper reactionary just filth. And a lot of people who do it are people who like to pretend like they're so great. Like they're just so above the fray. Like they're just so much better than you. But then what happens? Something happened with them when they do the same shit. They get exposed for doing something. And now they the ones getting criticized. And the whole point is, look, we're not talking about people doing something crazy and heinous. And these are conversations we need to have too. That even when somebody does something crazy and heinous, even if it was disgusting and horrible and just horrific or whatever, do we have to hold it forever? Does it have to be a forever thing? I mean, some things are forever. Because I can tell you right now, I know somebody I'm probably never going to forgive for what he did. And I'm going to just leave it at that. But it's like at the same time, you know, we have to have conversations. And so that's how I ended the project, saying that, look, if we're going to try to beat this thing, if we're going to try to survive, if we're going to survive on this planet, we have to have conversations, real ass conversations. We can't keep running and hiding and running to Jesus and praying and hoping that everything. Do y'all not realize the world is on fucking fire? Do y'all not see that? Do y'all not see these crazy storms? Do you not see these crazy people out here cutting people's heads off and killing people because they believe that God said that they should fucking do this shit? You can't tell me that this is not ludicrous. This is absurd, man. And all the people, oh, well, if they're not doing anything to hurt anybody, then what's the problem? Because they are. They are. If they're not doing it directly, they're doing it indirectly by perpetuating a system that is incorrect, that does not help us to deal with the climate change. How is Jesus going to help us with climate change? How is Vishnu, Krishna, Allah, blah blah, blah blah, or blah blah, whoever the fuck you claim exists, how are they helping us? Because last time I checked, they weren't. Because last time I checked, there was an earthquake in Haiti. There was a hurricane in New Orleans again. And that there's supposedly another one or something. Flash floods, Tennessee, New Jersey, fires in Cali. You know, I mean, come on, man. And it's not going to get no better anytime soon. So that's why I'm like, the religion, let's give it a rest. The conspiracies, let's give it a fucking rest. How about data and facts? How about that? How about the scientific method? How about some actual decorum? How about not being reactionary? And that's for people on the left and the right. I'm a leftist, but I vehemently fight against the extreme on the left. I don't even consider the right, to be perfectly honest, because I'm diametrically opposed to their platform for the most part. But at the same time, we should have some conversations for real. Because if not, We're doomed. So this is kind of going back to the Fermi Paradox. Why haven't we seen alien life? Well, one solution might be because there actually is alien life, that there may be abundant intelligent life, but maybe there's something that prevents this life from reaching the point of interstellar, interplanetary, intergalactic travel, and that basically there's a limit to how far you can get as a civilization before you end up vanishing, getting destroyed. And that maybe the reason that happens is because civilizations destroy themselves. And what do you know? It looks like that's where we're at right now. It looks like we're literally a civilization on the verge of destroying ourselves right now. And then people want to wonder, why do you care so much what people think? Maybe because I don't want to fucking die. How about that? How about I don't want you to die? I don't want your families to die. I don't want the world to die. I don't want my world to die. I don't want my family to die. I don't want your family. I don't want my neighbor. I don't want nobody to fucking have to die. We don't fucking have to. But we will if we don't do something. And that's why I'm doing what I do. That's why I'm so fervent in what I do. And that's why I don't give a fuck what anyone has to say to me or about me. Because you're not going to fucking stop me. You have to kill me. Straight like that. Because I will not fucking stop. I will not stop. That's why I said at the end of Come to Be, my very last two lines on the song. My aim is to awaken every patron in the nation before the great filtration eliminates us from the face of the earth. That's pretty much sums up my entire purpose. That's my aim. That's my real mission statement. Because motherfuckers need to get their heads out of their fucking asses. We are not guaranteed forever life, especially on the route that we're going right now. We gotta change, and we gotta make some major fucking changes, or else we are doomed as a society, and we'll be the ones with the ancient fucking buildings lasting for fucking thousands or hundreds of thousands of years, while all of us are fucking in another land. So, check it out. Outrageous is available to you right now online at all streaming locations. I can't say it's on Apple Music yet because I haven't checked it yet, but I know for sure it's on YouTube, and I know for sure it's on Spotify because I checked it right there, and I'm right there, and I'm finally here. So I hope you all enjoy. Check that out. Outrageous EP, finally available now. And by the way, don't forget to check out that Joey P Star EP. Also, and he's Joey P is on my song Coldest in the Sea. I forgot to mention that point. Yeah, Joey P, he's on my shit. So, that's the homie and everything. So, go check that out. Hit that like, subscribe button. Make sure you hit the notification bell. Follow me on all social media platforms at theultimaterage. The website will be available soon. I'm still doing things on that end of the spectrum, getting everything set up. So happy y'all get to finally hear what your boy got to say. Let me know in the comments if you heard it and what you think. And enjoy the weekend. Stay safe. Don't get the germ. And yeah, holla at your boy. Peace out.